Hello and welcome to more Vintage Cube Draft. So, we're going back at it. Let's repeat the stakes. I have trophied my last two Vintage Cube drafts. So, let's see how many we can do in a row. So, I'm like slightly drafting to win, but I also may end up just drafting to have fun. Because like, what's the point of a trophy streak if I don't enjoy it? That being said, there are a lot of interesting cards here. I love Mana Tithe. Could just first pick a Mana Tithe and go down that route. Although, I almost think Rishiden Port is better than Mana Tithe. So like, I would probably take Port before I take the Tithe. I really like Chandra Torch of Defiance. I think this card is very strong. And then Coalition Relic is quite good too. If we're drafting to win, I think Rishiden Port is probably the correct pick, and then Wheel Mana Tithe. This keeps us open. It's like a land that's good disruption. So I'm actually going to start out with the Port here. Oh, right on time. There's the Mox Diamond. Love this card. Very good in aggro. Very good in any type of deck, really. The other pickups could be Thieving Skydiver. I think this card's quite good. And then a Jetaxine Probe, maybe. Skull Clamp is probably better than I have been giving it credit for. It's a decent card, but I still think it's overrated in most circles. But this is a great start. You can like turn one Dark Confidant. Like we're set up to do so many fun stuff. So much fun stuff. Okay, there's a Lodestone Golem. The card's quite good. There's Bitter Blossom. We can actually turn to a Bitter Blossom. This card is generally quite weak, but if you can play it on turn one, it's actually decent. There's also Windswept Heath, which helps keep us open, and then the old faithful Glorybringer just brings it home. Right now, Lodestone Golem is looking decent. Windswept Heath is also tempting. Again, it just helps us stay open, and if we end up going like red-black, this is a decent splash. So maybe I do want to take that and just try and... Yeah, let's just take a Windswept Heath. I don't know what I'm drafting yet. There's a Jite. I do love a Jite. Armageddon, Inquisition... Restoration Angel. I'll take Jite. I don't have any creatures yet, but I'm imagining I'm going to get some. Seeing fourth pick Jite is a decent sign. We just gotta hope that red or white ends up open. We're right now set up to do both. And if they don't end up open, there's also green. If somehow red, white, and green get cut, then like I think this is also a decent start for like a blue tempo deck. So we're in a good spot. Or they all could be open. Holy cow. Well, I think we're in the right position. I'm tempted to take Gideon. I know I don't normally say like take payoffs first, but this card's insane. Like the more I think about it, it's pretty important to have planeswalkers in your white decks, because if your deck's just full of like 3-bit inspectors and stuff, if you get a good start and you can tempo your opponent out, you can win. And it's like, I think the best white decks have a bunch of 1-drops. But it's kind of like easy mode if you just have a bunch of strong planeswalkers and you can win the games where you tempo them out, but also you just can overpower some decks with like Gideon making creatures forever. So we're going to take Gideon, hope to wheel like a 3-bit inspector. Yeah, this is going well. I think I'm going to take Path. I love Revoker. I actually think Goblin Guide is quite decent, but having the cheap removal spells are kind of irreplaceable. So you got to take Path when you can. There's a Tidehollow Scholar and a Tithe Taker. I do love Tidehollow Scholar. We'll speculate on that. I think Tithe Taker is relatively replaceable. Here we can take Oblivion Ring. It's nice to have at least one of these effects. I do love Beaumont Courier, but I'd rather be black-white. I think black-white is in general a bit better than black-red, although Beaumont Courier I do enjoy, but we'll take the O-Ring, and we're kind of set up. The colors we want to be in, at least so far, seem open. We'll see if someone else is picking up on white on the second time around. Because like Gideon, yes, that pack had a bunch of red-white late, but we want to make sure nobody else is in the same boat that we are. Like they stayed open, saw a bunch of white cards, and then moved in. But I think given that Path to Exile went like 7th pick, 6th pick, I think we're in a good spot. Because this card, I don't want to say it's first pickable, but it's like definitely a card you'd like to pick up 3rd through 5th. Wow, Chandra Wheel? That's insane. Selfless Spirit and Mana Tithe, two very good cards. I think I'm going to take the Tithe because it's a type of disruption that white doesn't otherwise get. And sometimes it's like, you counter their wrath instead of sacrificing a creature. I'm just going to take the Tithe. It's also so brutal on turn 1. Yeah, this is looking good. We could take Blade Splicer or Archangel Avacyn. Blade Splicer comes down turn 3 and does a lot of cool stuff. I think I like the Splicer. It's just like a little bit cheaper, and white has some other big 5-drops that we maybe like to play. Like, I'd probably rather have Big Gideon than Archangel Avacyn, although, I don't know. Archangel's a very good card. It's just a little unfortunate it was in the same pack as another card that I think is quite good. Ooh, Lodestone Golem came around, and Glorybringer. Ooh, I don't think I want to stretch my mana for that. We'll just take the Lodestone. Oh, wait. I'm going to take Inspired Vantage. There is a chance maybe I have to end up splashing red, because there were a lot of white cards. If 3-bit Inspector doesn't come around, someone could have picked it up for blue-white control, but that's still, like, kind of sketchy that white is getting a little bit cut, because red is, like, unbelievably open. So we'll see. Maybe instead of Tide Hollow, we end up going red-white, and that's fine too. I think, again, the optimal strategy is mono-white, but a lot of times, like, you just don't get enough picks to go mono-white because people take your other cards. So you can spend picks on fixing. Oh, wow, Lightning Bolt Wield? Maybe I just want to splash it, but 3-bit Inspector is so good too. I think I'm going to stay white. 3-bit Inspector wheeling is a good sign. I know Bolt is, like, very good, but again, the ideal deck... no, I'll take the guide. The ideal deck is mono-white. Yikes. Okay. Well, here's the thing. If this was a pod draft, this would be an easy pick. You just take Ancestral so nobody else has it. This is not a pod draft, so the odds of my opponents, like, picking this specific Ancestral Recall and playing against me are almost 0. I can still try and splash it. I have Windswept Heath Mox Diamond, and this card's just absurd. Because the other pick here is, like, Student of Warfare, which is going to come around. So I'm not really missing out on anything else, I guess. Essentially, I'm trading a Fate's Fetters, which is just a medium playable, for the opportunity to try out an Ancestral. I think I'm going to try out Ancestral here. I was disciplined with my 3-bit Inspector pickup. So, like, you know, I could just cut this Tide Hollow maybe, and then just go blue-white. I think blue-white is probably one of the best color pairings with white, especially like blue-white tempo. I think Geist is back in the cube too. So I could see this working out. I did prioritize fixing as well. So if we get like a blue-white duel, I wouldn't mind putting this in my deck. Here, I think Gideon is better than Seasoned Hollowblade. They're both fantastic though. And also Mistress Factory is good. But again, I think you just need to prioritize Planeswalkers. Gideon is one of the best Planeswalkers for mono white. I think it comes down turn 3. And it like it's a 3-mana 4/4, which is already a great rate. And then it like upticks and exiles stuff. It's so good. Okay, there is Kithian, Unexpectedly Absent, Plateau, Thoughtseize, I guess, to a lesser extent. I kind of want to take Absent and wheel Kithian. I can also take Plateau because there was a Scalding Tarn, but I don't think that's going to work. I'm just going to take the Absent. Kithian, nobody should be taking my Kithians. Alright, Thalia. Do I want to get greedy and take Prismatic Vista and wheel the Thalia? Yes, I think. This is giving up basically my best card. I don't know what's better. Oh, this is hard. Let's see, this is 12 cards. There's only going to be 4 cards left in the pack. I don't think I can get that greedy here. It probably would have worked out, but I don't think it's worth the risk. Here we can take Premium Removal, Council's Judgment. Nothing good for us in this pack. There's Wall of Omens. I could take Wormcoil Engine for the sideboard, I guess. That actually seems okay to me. I don't need a Wall of Omens, and Wormcoil, it's a strong effect for sure. Steam Vents, Elspeth Conquers Death, Scrubland, Winds of Abandon. A lot of good options. I'm tempted to take Elspeth Conquers Death. This is 5 mana, but it kills a thing. I mean, we could end up big white. This gets back a creature or planeswalker. I can get back a Gideon. Steam Vents is not the best fixing. I don't know what to take here. I think I'm just going to take the most powerful card. We don't have any 5s yet. Here we can take Soulfire Grandmaster is pretty bad. I mean, it's okay with Ancestral, I guess. Hazoret, we have some amount of fixing for, actually. Between Windswept Heath, Mox Diamond. Yeah, I guess I'll... I don't know. None of these are amazing. I guess I could take Soulfire. This is only pack 2, isn't it? Oh, this is only pack 2. I'll take Soulfire in case I get a Time Walk, I guess. So Face Fetters did come around, but Student of Warfare didn't. What? Wait, where did Student of Warfare go? How is someone in white? That's actually unbelievable. What? I'm a little bit concerned now. I don't like that. I'm gonna take Face Fetters. Who took my Student of Warfare? Okay, Seasoned Hollowblade. There was a Mistress Factory in this pack that also got picked up. I mean, this one's good, so I'll take it. I don't... Sometimes draft picks very much confuse me. That was one of them. Because I just, like... I figured that card was going to end up in my deck. Because someone took Student of Warfare, but passed Seasoned Hollowblade. And I think this was, like, the only dork in that pack. Maybe someone like mispicked or auto-picked is like an explanation for that. I honestly have no idea. This is looking like a pretty weak Lodestone Golem deck though. And maybe a main deck Wormcoil Engine deck, who knows. But we need like some power. I have a Mox Diamond, and like a Tundra for Ancestral Recall would go a long way. Okay, there's a Plateau. There's also a Flame Tongue Kavu. I like the Plateau before the Flame Tongue. That makes oh, I guess I didn't take Hazoret. Thought I did. But now our red splash is actually kind of free. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 red sources that cost us nothing. So like, I would take Lightning Bolt if I could get it. Hellrider's interesting. I might actually take and play Hellrider. We'll see. I don't have that much token generation, so probably not. Like, I don't really want to play Soulfire either. There's a Vortex. We'll see. We'll see how this ends up. I generally advise against splashing double red cards, but this is so weird. White was open until like 2/3 of the way through pack 2. I've never seen someone move in to white in such a weird way before, but I don't think we wheeled any of the cards we wanted to wheel. Instead, we got a bunch of red cards. So I guess I'm pretty happy I took Thalia instead of that fetch, because whoever took our 1-drop would have probably taken Thalia. Still no power here. That's fine, I guess. We can take a Dismember. Time Warp, kind of a combo with that guy. I guess Azorius Signet does help with Ancestral Recall, and my deck honestly might be a Signet deck. Yeah, maybe this isn't Azorius Signet deck. Just to help with the fixing, because we're trying to ramp out into Gideons and Elspeths and Wormcoils. I could also take Shark Typhoon, because that would actually be pretty good in a deck like this. But I think I'm going to take the Signet first, because I only have fixing for red. If I had all of these sources were blue, this deck would be like perfect. But they're not, so we got to make our own fixing. Swords to Plowshares, I think it's just the easy pickup here. This deck has tons of removal. I would love to get Big Teferi to come around, but I think I need to take Swords first, because it's like, it's a card we're always going to play, whereas like we don't know for sure that we're in white. But look at this, we have Swords, Path, Absent, Gideon's Judgment, Fate's Fetters. Honestly, this could be a good Monastery Mentor deck now. We have so much like cheap removal, Mana Tithe, Ancestral, Swords, Path, that I think this card's actually quite strong here. And it's not like there's much else here for us. Like maybe Sword of Temptation, but we don't even know if we're splashing blue. This deck changed dramatically, all because someone decided it would be fun to take my 1-drops. But I think we're still okay. It is the classic Thalia plus Monastery Mentor deck though, which is a little bit funny. Alright, here, Spirit of the Labyrinth is quite good. It does like stop my Ancestral, but I think that's fine. It's a 2-mana 3/1 that stops our opponent, and then maybe Disenchant comes around. I don't think I'm playing Gush or anything else, so we'll take Spirit. This deck is fine, we just didn't get any power, we didn't get any Strip Mine Wasteland, and somehow we ended up getting cut. I could take Miscalc or Daze. I think Relic Order is better though. I think we're basically... We might not even play the Ancestral, we might end up mono white. We'll keep looking. Flicker Wisp is quite good. I'll take a Flicker Wisp. I think someone literally took just that one card. I don't know. The rest of these packs have been fine. Here's Gideon. Gideon is fantastic. Yes, I'm not playing these for sure. I don't think I like Lodestone. My deck's not fast enough, and so far it's quite weak. Probably not playing these. So right now it's like just an Ancestral. Could be worth stretching my mana for, because it is a very good card. Could I play Birthing Pod? I don't think so. I could take Flame Slash. I could take Winter Orb for some matchups. I guess I'm more likely to want Winter Orb than anything. I have like literally infinite removal. Ooh, Honor the Pure. I like Honor of the Pure a lot more with Monastery Mentor, because it's such a sweet combo. You like play it, it's like you get your permanent prowess trigger. So definitely gonna take that. I could take a Johnny Vengeant. Actually, that might be a good splash in this deck. Take a Johnny. I love this card. It's just so good at all things. It's the perfect card. Because now maybe I don't play Ancestral, and I have all this red fixing, at least those two. So like a Johnny's a pretty free splash, and it's powerful. I just I don't know if it's worth train wrecking my mana to fit an Ancestral into my deck. Maybe we could take, I don't know, Weevold because he's silly. Because I basically just have Mox Diamond for. I don't think I'm going to play Ancestral. If there's anything that all of that Vintage Cube data showed me, is that every time I try and splash a powerful card in a deck that has otherwise good mana, it just makes the rest of the deck worse. And I could definitely see that being the case. I could take an Imperial Recruiter, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I'm playing it. Lightning Helix is interesting. I could potentially splash that. And the reason I'm saying like Ancestral is harder than this is like, I guess I take this. I don't know. Light up the stage. Yeah, red was so open. But somehow white, I don't know. This was a weird draft. But my deck ended up quite good. What I'm saying is like, I have 3 additional free red sources. So like, I don't even really have to run a mountain if I don't think I want to. Although I could fit probably Hellrider, Vortex, and all this stuff if I felt like it. I could fit a Goblin Guide, but that like the problem with that is that really stretches my mana, and I don't think this deck is as aggressive as Goblin Guide calls for. I can also probably cut the Signet now, so this makes my deck 25. I think I side in the Helix just because it stretches my mana a little bit, and then do I like main deck Wormcoil? I could also side in Wormcoil. It is a nice finisher, but it does cost 6, which is a bit expensive. I only have 8 creatures to go with my Jite, but Gideon is like a creature. These 3 are like creatures, so I effectively have 11 creatures, which is okay, but not great. Yeah, this deck is quite overwhelmingly medium because I just didn't get any power. I mean, I opened Ancestral, but we're not playing it here. And I don't even think I'm running a mountain. I think it's literally all white sources, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 red sources for Najani. Actually that's 13. I can maybe run 1 mountain. It's a big cost, but this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 white sources and 5 red. That's a pretty good mana base, I think. See you guys round 1. This is Caleb from... This is over 24 hours later, I think. I had to do a bunch of stuff. And I don't know why I decided to put a mountain in. It seems way too sketchy when I have like Leon and Relic Order and stuff. That like, if I get a Rishadan Port mountain hand, I'm going to be really sad. So cutting the mountain for plains, I could just wait to play Johnny. He comes down turn 4 pretty late anyway. And yeah, we're going to run it now that I'm 24 hours rusty with the deck. See you guys round 1. All right, we're playing against JDW85. This hand's quite good. And then it has a random Gideon, but that's fine. We have like a lot of mana sources. Mana Tithe and Swords to Plowshares gives us good turn 1 answers. And then like Leon and Relic Order Hollow Blade are quite good too. We just needed to avoid them having a turn 1 play, and we did. And we draw land, so this is about as good as it can get. Because like, if we keep drawing lands, then we can play Gideon. If we keep drawing spells, most of our spells cost 3. Although we have quite a few 4-drops, I think. Their mana looks very good though, which I'm a little bit scared of. If this is another duel... I don't have Wasteland or Strip Mine or anything, but I do get to Mana Tithe. Yeah, I think I'll just Tithe. Like, you generally just want to run out this card when you can. Swords is going to hit something better like Consecrated Sphinx. Or like a... Ooh, there's Gideon. So, run out this guy. And hopefully they play Coalition Relic and I can Relic Order it. It's kind of fitting because it's a relic. That's part of their motivation for saying that. The other option is maybe they miss a land drop. Nope, their mana is so good though. They're passing with all their mana up, so this could be like a Pestermite. I would probably be okay running into that, or Deceiver Exarch, I guess. Dismember, so that just kills it anyway, that's fine. I'm just gonna... Do I run out the Relic Order? Yeah, I think I do. If they had any like reasonable things to target with this, they probably would have cast it already. They're passing with mana up. See, now I don't want to get hit by like Cryptic. Thraben Inspector was actually a pretty good draw here, so let's attack and see what they do. Because if they do anything mid-combat, then I'm okay. But I don't really want to run Gideon into a Cryptic Command or something. So let's go Thraben Inspector. I will wait to crack a clue. That way I can Swords to Plowshares playing around Miscalc. Frantic? Okay. Not a fan of that. Unless they're just 2 planes. Okay. I'm liking their deck more because they're running 4 colors now. And now their mana is looking worse. Because if you're running like this with double basic planes, like it's not as consistent. I was figuring they were like base blue, but I don't know. Okay, maybe Flooded Strand if they like a Tundra. No, just an island. That's a lot of islands. They must be playing High Tide. Oh, you know what? They're probably just Storm. But double planes is weird for Storm. I don't actually know. Let's attack here. Yeah, I gotta play Gideon because it's like a... Ooh. Okay. Well, we're threatening lethal next turn if they don't have a Storm kill. I did not think Gideon was going to snap Resolve like that. So, Fractured Identity would be pretty bad, but I can kill the Gideon and stuff. Time Warp does nothing. I mean, it's fine, but I guess it gives them closer to like an upheaval, which wouldn't even be that good. If they play Consecrated Sphinx, I think I just let it happen and then Oblivion Ring, because swords would put them outside of the range of like dying. Also, people pointed out it is a sword turning into a plowshare. I guess that's fine, but I guess it's fine. Johnny Vengeant. See, that's a good card right there. Also quite strange. They must just be like multicolored Planeswalker Frantic Surge, which is fine with me. If they don't downtick, I think they die. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, they're hitting Gideon. Okay. Very strange. Well, I'm definitely just gonna uptick Gideon here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I guess them hitting Gideon means they don't die. Kill a Johnny, attack them, attack them. Then we play this Gideon, uptick. That way Lava Claw Reaches can't like snipe this Gideon or something. I don't know how they get out of this. They're at 3. Yeah, okay. So this is the kind of deck that you want Thalia against. I know Thalia is kind of bad against me too. This could be a deck that Winter Orb is good against too. They don't really have much in the way of... Winter Orb's so bad for me too though. And they're like multicolored Planeswalkers. Planeswalkers are a good way to beat Winter Orb, so maybe I don't actually like that. Could run Goblin Guide, but I think we just run it back. Oh right, we're on the draw. This hand is extraordinarily slow, but I'm not that scared of... I'm gonna try it. I'm not that scared of their deck. They feel like a grindy deck rather than like a storm deck. I don't know, they're playing like a lot of colors, so... Ooh, Ancestral Vision. Yeah, I don't think I'm like doing okay if I mulligan a hand against an opponent who's playing like Ancestral Vision, Jace, Dismember, things like that. So I'd rather just have all of my colors and cards and... Ooh, and have a turn 2 Thalia. This went from pretty bad to like very good against them really quickly. Because the thing is, like, they can kill Thalia, but it's going to take their whole turn. That's great. I don't have a mountain to grab, but honestly, that is pretty okay with me. So here we can go... I think I'm going to just jam Monastery Mentor, honestly. That way, if I draw a land, I can play Gideon Jura and get some Mentor tokens. We have Elspeth Conquers Death plus Flicker Wisp, which is going to be pretty good if I draw a land here. Teferi Bounce Mentor. Okay. Teferi is a silly card. Land? Nice. So we can ECD the Teferi. Although, maybe I just take this time to resolve a Gideon. Because Gideon can kill Teferi as well. Actually, there's a couple options. There's Monastery Mentor, and then I can't Absent at instant speed, so I don't love that. I can Mentor plus Absent the Teferi, but that just gives them another free Teferi activation or whatever. ECD is pretty slow. I think Gideon's probably just the best play here. Uptick. It threatens Teferi. If they kill it, that's not the end of the world. I can get it back with Elspeth Conquers Death. They do draw a bunch of cards, but I mean, Gideon's at 8. That's pretty high. And if they do anything too crazy, we can Mentor Absent. So they thought about it for a while. They fetch with Flooded Strand. I mean, their mana's... It's working. That's for sure. As long as they don't go like... I'm just going to predict what the worst case scenario for would be. I think it would be Mana Vault, Uptick Teferi, Draw Step, Rakdos, Return. Targeting Gideon Jura. That would be pretty bad, but even that, I at least have a Gideon in play. I guess just Fractured Identity is always the scariest card, but they're thinking about this for a really long time. So either their hand is like very good and they're trying to get max value, or they're having trouble. And we're just going to hope it's the latter. Yeah, Frantic Search seems okay. I don't know why that card's in their deck. They could be some weird like Unburial Rites deck. Bitter Blossom, Steam Vents. Yeah, they're just playing Frantic Search for value. Geist of Saint Traft. Uptick Teferi. Okay, that's fine with me. And they don't have a red source to activate Needle Spires at the moment. Oh, okay. Why did they upkeep that? Honestly, no idea, but that is pretty good for them. Because the goose is a problem. I think we're going to go with Monastery Mentor Honor of the Pure. That's like one of the hardest things for them to answer. And like their Teferi doesn't quite do anything yet. And I have a 3/3 and a 2/2 in play now, so they have to deal with both. And then if they don't deal with Mentor, then Elspeth Conquers Death also makes more Mentor tokens, and it's going to be pretty good. That was a good turn for them, though. I will say that. And this is the opponent with Time Warp. Time Warp here would be pretty backbreaking. Actually not even that good. They just get to trade Teferian. They have their own Gideon. Okay, so Elspeth Conquers Death is going to deal with that. This is actually going to go really well, I think. Elspeth Conquers Death, hit the Gideon. Unless they have Daze. Nice. So this dies. So now we don't have to attack Gideon. Then we can kill their Teferi. And we still have a blocker for Geist back. Do I want to target them? No, I think leaving Teferi in play is pretty bad. So we're just going to make sure Teferi goes down. Like, I don't know. Gideon was their best play last turn. This card is going to be so brutal. Dismember my Mentor is fine. I mean, it's good, but like I could just block here and, you know, things go bad. So now their spells cost more. And I can play things at instant speed, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and... I actually don't mind racing. Let's attack with our monks. I have all this removal, but nothing to target. I really want to Flicker Wisp my Elspeth Conquers Death, but... Oh, they're condemning my monk. Sure. Much rather have that get condemned than anything else here. Yeah, I guess I don't get to Flicker Wisp this, but that's... Right, exile target non-creature permanent and opponent controls. Yeah, I think I'm better off just Flicker Wisping my own land. Just because this has hexproof, for those wondering there. 4 mana Golgari Signet. That's fine with me. I can actually unexpectedly absent that to just time walk them too. So that seems pretty good. Ooh, Oblivion Ring. Yeah, I think I want to... I think I like Gideon more in case like that plays around a board wipe a bit more. And I'm going to give Gideon a +1/+1 counter so he hits harder. So we uptick Gideon to make their Geist attack. I mean, this was their best play last turn, so like, let's just make them repeat their last turn. Level up my monk. And that's 11 damage, they go to 3. And they didn't have a red source, so they can't like Needle Spires. Gideon survives for sure. They chump block with Geist. Okay, that block makes the least of sense. Okay, that one seems fine. They go to 7. They're redrawing that card, so unless they needed like the extra 2 mana, they're just dead. I mean, this is exactly the type of deck you're trying to face when you're playing white. Yeah, Time Warp. Okay. Just because like they're so disjointed, and all of our threats are good answers and pressure. Ooh, they pay life though. Oh, that's fine. We can beat that one. So I Swords to Plowshares 1. I Oblivion Ring the other. They go to 6. Let me think about this. Because Gideon's attacking. I don't think I need to use any removal, because if I just draw a red source for Johnny, we also win. Oh, that would have won, but that's okay. I think I just Council's Judgment the Elspeth and then just swing out. Like, my deck's just chock full of good removal here. Becomes a creature. He's a 7/7 for what that's worth. Yeah, I don't really see the need of swords here. They can triple block my monk, but then they die, so they can't do that. I mean, this would be quite the comeback. Oh yeah, the Signet. I forgot about that one. Vraska doesn't do it. They can kill my Flicker Wisp, I guess? Yeah, and I think this game really showcased the power of Monastery Mentor plus Honor of the Pure. It's such a, like, underrated combo, but it's very good. So, the Trophy Streak Dream is still alive. I'll see you guys round 2. Alright, we're playing against K-Shrev. We get to go first, which is great. And this hand is amazing. Oh my goodness. I would say that the Spirit of the Labyrinth kind of hoses our Thraben Inspector, but we could just crack the clue on their turn, so it's not that big of a deal. The current planned sequence is Inspector into... we'll see. If they play blue, maybe Spirit, because it hits harder. We'll see, though. They haven't mulliganed. I mean, this hand's so good. This is about as close as you can get to, like, a perfect curve without having power, because turn 1 Thalia would be significantly more disgusting. Okay, they're playing white. I don't think I want to play Thalia, then. Although I did draw a land. Let's attack here and see what happens. Actually, because this means I can't cast Council's Judgment next turn, which could matter. It also hits the least hard, so I actually am going to play the Hollow Blade. I don't want to like get down a Thalia against like the creature mirror matchup and then regret a bunch of stuff when I'm like trying to play Gideons later on. Well, I regret everything. They're not mono white. Always play Thalia. Always play Thalia. Oh my gosh. That went so bad. That went so poorly. Well, you live and you learn. Let's attack with Raven Inspector. Do I want to attack with Seasoned Hollowblade? I kind of do. I would discard Spirit of the Labyrinth. It's like playing Spirit of the Labyrinth for 0 mana. That actually seems not the worst. They also might not block. Man, if I had played Thalia there, that would have been... it would be so far behind. Ooh, no blocks. Alright. That's a little bit scary, but we get to go Rishadan Port into Thalia. Keeping this Plains, I mean, I'm probably going to cast this next turn. We'll see what happens. But we're doing okay. Underground Sea, wow. A lot of ambitious mana. I regret this. They led with basic Plains though, so like, I was deceived. Thief of Sanity is dying for sure. They attack with 1. That seems fine. Let's draw Swords. Swords would be very good because then I can Swords plus Rishadan Port. Or Path, both are fine. Relic Warder will be good next turn. Well, let me think about this. I can Relic Warder their Mox and Rishadan Port the Underground Sea. I think I'm better off killing the Thief of Sanity here though. And then we get to Relic Warder the Mox later on. Still okay trading Hollowblade for a Spirit. I mean, we got in 3 free damage with this before. They block, we do this. And again, the reasoning is entirely just that this is like casting Spirit of the Labyrinth for 0 mana. This looks like Lingering Souls Flashback is fine. They have 2 mana available. Adonto Vanguard, okay. Pretty bad on defense, although he can block Seasoned Hollowblade, I guess. Ooh, that's gonna be good. I don't really want to discard that. So let's Relic Warder their Mox. Exile Mox Emerald. Easy ability, yes. I can attack with Thraben Inspector, because that's just like a free 1 damage. I don't know how I feel about attacking with Thalia. Essentially, I'm trading Thalia for 4 damage, which I don't think I love. So I'm just going to attack with the Inspector here. I at least got to eat a Spirit. And then on upkeep, they've shown a lot of white. So I guess I port their Plains. I don't know. This is like, it's really hard to know whether to Rishadan Port or crack a clue and try and set up for Elspeth Conquers Death. But I think Port plus Thalia is a really good way to lock them out of stuff. So we'll just do this. Like if they don't play anything here, I think we're in okay shape. Phantasmal Image copying Thalia or Relic Warder? No! Oh, I messed up. Lost a card here. That sucks. Take 1. Okay, I draw my land. See, the thing is I kind of want to... I guess I can Elspeth Conquers Death the Vanguard. So I trade off Thalia, and then I ECD the Vanguard. That doesn't seem like the worst thing ever. It also might be free damage. Yep, they block, pay life. Somehow a very good defensive threat in this matchup. Play this. What? 3 are great. Oh, no. I've never read that card. I've always just cast that. Oh, that's very bad. People are probably yelling at me. I've never cast this card and not had it target what I wanted it to target. I did not know that it said 3 or greater. That seems quite odd, but that play is very bad now. So, not happy with that. It still might end up okay, but I just like... Yeah, now I'm being attacked for a lot. Oh, it's only 2. But yeah, it like losing Thalia there was pretty bad. Acquiring Vantage is a card I can discard to Seasoned Hollowblade, I guess. Nope, I can't. I guess I'll play it and just port them. What? Oh man, I'm not playing to win here. I just didn't Rishadan port and they played... Oh, okay, focus. I think I accidentally took off the upkeep stop. But that's probably going to cost me the game here. Which is quite unfortunate, to be honest. I draw another land. Yeah. I would be in such a better spot. I mean, I can get back Thalia. She's a big first striker. Or I guess Spirit of the Labyrinth having 4 power can deal with Urza. Because, like, if I get back Thalia, Urza just blocks. Honestly, I think I need Thraben Inspector. I need the card draw. Elspeth Conquers Death was 5 mana draw card. Draw card. Yeah, this is what getting punished looks like. So we port on upkeep. They activate Urza in response. We can come back though. I think this is a good matchup. This is where, like, yes, you will make mistakes in Magic. you have to just deal with that it happens and come back and fight as hard as you can. We definitely have top decks that can win us the game. Like Gideon is probably one of those cards. We just uptick Gideon, make favorable blocks, and then win. But now I know this is 3 or greater. It's a very strange thing to add. Oh, they have Oko? That's going to be a problem. They make a food. I mean, I still have a lot of removal, like Oblivion Ring, Gideon Blackblade. Honestly, is decent. Play Gideon. Nothing here is a profitable attack. Give you lifelink. I'm holding this card in hand so they don't know what's going on. Tap their planes. Yeah, basically giving them that one turn to Urza actually didn't matter too much because they would have just cast it last turn, but having this in hand would be quite good. I'd be in the same spot, but with this. They make this into an elk. So they probably just swing out at Gideon. Gideon, yeah. I don't think I mind double blocking. Ooh, oh, they're attacking me. Okay. Gideon, me. Yeah, I don't think I mind the double block here. I think winning involves having Gideon do something. And Gideon cannot target their relic order, also of note. This game feels like it's over due to my mistakes, but we're going to keep playing, and I just have to play very hard to try and win the next 2. Which I think I should do. Their mana is ambitious. My deck is very strong. As long as I need to draw like running spells here, basically. And have them not have Cryptic Command in hand. Well, I draw a land, so I don't even know if I was winning even with all the other things. Gideon gives this. I mean, I'm in a bit of trouble here. I guess I want to give this lifelink. Let's do this. I don't think it matters. We're going to Gideon attacks their Oko. Because attacking them doesn't make sense because Oko can just make more food tokens and gain life. Yeah, we've just drawn too many lands here too. Like, regardless of how we played this in the beginning, if our opponent has any action in hand, we probably still would have lost. Commit. I'm just dead. Or, yeah, I'm just dead actually. Alright, so game 2. It kind of feels like a Sulfuric Vortex matchup, honestly. But I think overall, my deck's going to be good against there, so I'm just going to run it back. I just need to, you know, no Thalia's good. We play that turn 2, and I need to play diligently. Let's go first. This hand's good. This hand is a winner. Thalia into Gideon again is awkward, but we all make concessions in life. Play this. Playing around Wasteland, because I would like to have the red source. Please don't have Mox turn 1. No! Ah, that's rough. I have a Oblivion Ring though, so let's attack with the Inspector without playing anything. Maybe they can dem it or something. Rishadan Port, it doesn't, like, now they know it exists, so they kind of want to get down their white sources, but I think that's fine. Blade Splicer. That is first strike. Alright. I see you. Go another land. Let's port them. The Mox, getting down the Mox early was kind of cheap. And they've shown a lot of white cards, so I'm just going to port the white source. Thief of Sanity. Yeah, their deck's very good. They attack with a Golem. That's a bit ambitious, but I kind of like it. Council's Judgment. So, I'm less scared of the Thief of Sanity, so let's Oblivion Ring the Thief. I don't get to Rishadan port them, but that's okay. Then I'll hit them for 2. Because right now the way my hand is shaping up, the late game actually kind of favors me. So I don't know if I want to trade 1 for 1 here. But I will trade 2 for 1. Next turn I can jam Gideon if they don't have like a Oko. Play Mary untapped. They have their own Gideon. Okay. Well, I have first strike, so that doesn't do too much. I can exile their Gideon. But this Golem is killing me so quickly. Flicker Wisp. I can Flicker Wisp and Rishadan port. I kind of like that actually. Because I can attack Gideon with both of my Thalia and... or just Thalia, I guess. Oh, but they can double block, right? Right. If I attack them with Thalia, they block with Blade Splicer Knight Ally. I kill the Knight Ally and then Blade Splicer eats Thalia. Mostly I just want to get it so that Gideon dies to Flicker Wisp next turn. I can play an immediately Emblem Gideon to make that happen, but I don't know if I like that. This is a tough turn. I think this turn kind of determines how the game is going to end up. I guess they can just uptick Gideon too? Yeah, let's just Flicker Wisp their Golem. and pass. Playing this very defensively. We're gonna Rishidan port the tropical island. That makes Oko less likely, at least. Yeah, I think this works out better, because if they uptick Gideon in attack, we just take the 5. If they make a knight, we have Thalia, which blocks pretty well, and then we're going to start making our own Gideons, and we have Flicker Wisp to pressure their Gideon. They do have another land, which I don't love, but we're playing for the trophy streak. I can come back from this. They make a knight. No attacks. Alright. I have swords. No great attacks. Let's attack Gideon with Flicker Wisp and just see what happens. Because if they don't do anything here, I'm pretty happy just casting my Gideon then. Please don't counter this with Mana Tithe though. Okay, do that. This makes a knight pass turn. I have good blockers. If they don't do anything end of turn, okay. They get a green source, but now Oko doesn't do a whole lot. I guess they can make my Flicker Wisp into a beast. I have Thraben Inspector. Okay, they're just making knights. We can beat an army of knights as long as they don't kill Gideon here. No! God. Oh, that's so bad. See, they had the correct use of Elspeth Conquers Death. Ooh, that's very good though. The second effect of that's going to be very annoying too. I think I like the 3 mana Honor of the Pure. If I kill Gideon, they can get it back with Elspeth Conquers Death. That's not so bad. Then on their upkeep, we port down the tropical island, because my spells are going to get like so insanely expensive. I don't know if it was worth killing Gideon there or not. It kind of resets his loyalty. But it does deny them a knight this turn, I guess. But it is at the cost of me attacking their face down to 10, so I'm not sure. There's going to be 4 mana Swords to Plowshares. Oh, they have a Wrath, I guess? Oh, Wrath is pretty bad. We max prevent block. I don't know what else they could have besides Wrath. Maybe Balance? I'm not sure. Okay, it's just Image. Flicker with my Knight? What? What is happening? Why did they do that? Oh! That killed my Thraben Inspector, I guess. Honestly, that's not so bad. Right? Oh, they killed my token as well. I guess that was fine. That was a decent play. Jite costs how much mana? 5? Oh. Council Judgment costs 6. Can't even do that. They have 1 card in hand though? I'm just gonna play Jite. It's gonna be so good going forward. Elspeth Conquers Death really had relevant text there though, that's for sure. But if I get to Jite stuff, it's gonna be very good. They get back Gideon as a big dude. Not sure if I like letting them untap. Because they can Oko my Jite. That would be disgusting. Oko's such a silly card. Okay, they have 1 card in hand. I mean, let's hope they have nothing and then we get a good game 3. Because this has been a very interesting series of games so far. They even get to immediately emblem their Gideon. Please don't be Oko. Not Oko. A Lingering Souls flashback is fine. That's a lot of flyers. And the Gideon emblem is a bit problematic. I think I need a block to preserve my life total. The Gideon emblem's so frustrating. I block. Yeah, I can't take this much damage. If the last card is a kill spell for Thalia, so be it. Spirit's alright. Equip here. And First Strike Jite is very good too. Let's attack their Gideon. They just let him die? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can just gain some life here and be mostly okay. Play a Spirit of the Labyrinth. I cannot Swords to Plowshares, although I could, in theory, kill my own Thalia. What is this much mana? Instant speed? They have Archangel Avacyn? No. They have Unexpectedly Absent. Oh, Dig Through Time. Yikes. Okay. Oh, that used all their mana too. I think I might be dead with that Dig Through Time, because that even gets around Spirit of the Labyrinth's little fun ability. But Jite is very strong. So if I kill a spirit, I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I go to 1 life if I kill a spirit here. I don't think I'm winning though, because they can just play Oko now. They've Dig Through Time. They probably found him. Or Big Elspeth. Treachery Spirit of the Labyrinth. Oh, I think I'm going to die here. Well, we let that happen. Because it's mostly the flying spirits that are problematic. We kill one of the spirits with Jite. This is more of a long-term solution than gaining life is. The Gideon emblem really hurt us though. I go to 1. I almost want my Thalia to die. Chase the Mind Sculptor. Bouncing Thalia so I can't Jite. Makes sense. They can also just wait to bounce her during a next turn. This might end up more... Wow. Yeah, I think I'm dead here. I don't have balance or anything in my deck. Draw a land. Whew. Opponent used all of their mana basically every single turn. I can Council Judgment, Swords, and Thalia. But I'm at 1 life and they have so many flyers. I guess I could have drawn Gideon there. He would have bought me 1 turn. So I can Judgment the Treachery and hope that they misvote. Oh, they could just vote for Spirit of the Labyrinth, can't they? Oh, this doesn't work. I think I'm just dead here. They just vote for Spirit and then I don't get Spirit. But maybe they misread it and they vote for something else. Like Spirit Flyer or something. Yeah, they chose wisely. Then we can Swords a Danto Vanguard and then die. Super unfortunate. I think overall, if I played their deck over and over again, I would probably win most of the games. But I misplayed game 1 pretty hard, and I don't know if I misplayed this game. The only thing that kind of gets me is the Elspeth Conquers Death Gideon thing. Not letting them be able to emblem Gideon could have made the difference. Like, if I had just left the Gideon in play, they'd have 1 more token, but that wouldn't matter. So I think honestly the difference was killing their Gideon to let them get it back with Elspeth Conquers Death might have been what did it, because I could have just GT'd kill all their spirits and then they can't pressure me. Hard to say, but I will see you guys next round. Alright, well, we didn't get the trophy, but we can easily clear out a 2-1 here. This hand on the draw, if I draw 1 land, it's pretty good. I'm gonna keep this. My deck does have quite a few lands. I maybe should have mulliganed because Ajani's like unlikely to be castable for a while. Then against the Goose, okay. Okay. Well, let's just draw running lands for like the next 5 turns. And then we'll be okay. Maybe not the next 5, we'll say the next 4 turns. I can get rid of the upkeep stop. That kind of tells them I have Rishadan Port. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is looking bad. I mean, I think we play Mox Diamond instead of the land. Because we do... I guess I can save it. And I don't know. I guess I can discard Mox Diamond to the Hollow Blade if I need to. Because right now, like, it lets me cast a Johnny Vengeant, but I need other lands. Ooh, Caracas is good against my Gideons, actually. Stonecoil X equals 4 is fine. I have a lot of things. I mean, Oblivion Ring kind of just eats that. So as long as we draw a land here, we should be okay. Nope, did not draw a land. Oh, go ahead. And blocking with Hollow Blade is not really the best proposition because Stonecoil Serpent has trample, so it would just prevent 1 damage. I think this hand is defensible. Ooh, okay. I think this hand is a defensible keep on the draw though. Like, we really only needed 1 land to get anywhere, and we still could get there. Although now, wow, that's a lot of power. Now I think I pretty much have to Council's Judgment the Mirari's Wake, and then take more hits off the Stonecoil. This also involves drawing a land here. And okay, there we go. For those wondering, Mox Diamond I'm playing as a spell, so this is not replacing a land or anything. Yeah, I think I'm okay taking more damage, but I can't leave them with Mirari's Wake in play. That card's very good. So the next land I draw, if it's not a red source, we will discard to Mox Diamond so that I can Ajani Vengeant. But like, we O-ring the Stonecoil and we're like relatively safe at that point. They attack. That's a good attack. Because they could just, I discard and then they sacrifice. What if I just block and trade? I'll do this. What do I want to discard though? I think it's got to be Mox Diamond. This card, like, I know it lets me cast a Johnny Vengeant, but I can also just discard a Johnny Vengeant, and that's fine with me. What did they get? Playing Bant? Yeah, just blue-green. So I guess they're just blue-green splashing a Caracas, perhaps. And they make a food. So it looks like they don't have anything to do the rest of the turn, which is pretty good. We draw a land. I feel the most safe with... Let's see. Face Thudders is the most mana efficient, but Oblivion Ring is just a clean answer to Stonecoil. Because, like, if they kill the Oblivion Ring, it still just goes away. So we get to do this. And then hit them for 3. And now, like, we're doing okay. That also shuts down Guy's Cradle a bit. They're getting closer to Sheldaka, which always scares me. But if I can hit a red source, I know I discarded my Mox Diamond, blah blah blah, but if I can hit a red source, I might be able to keep it tapped with a Johnny. Blade Splicer. Play my Gideon and just start making knights. Hopefully this doesn't get countered. I can't uptick Gideon, because that puts it in the way of Caracas stuff. I guess I can attack. I don't even want to attack with Seasoned Hollow Blade, because they just block with Steve. Let's just not attack. They want to sacrifice Steve anyway because they're getting lower to Sheldock, so I don't want to give them that option. Wait, Temple Garden tapped? Okay, I mean, they have food. It's gonna take me a long time to kill them, but that's okay. Let's attack with the Knight. I kind of maybe want to attack with Seasoned Hollow Blade now. Nah, I'll keep it back. I think for this turn I want to play Blade Splicer holding up swords. Yeah, so they block sack. So they do have something good under Sheldock, and I'm just scared of whatever it could be. Play this. Making more foods. Yeah, that's... Do they have like a Tolarian Academy? That'd be kind of sick. Alright, what do you got? Let's see the goods. That's fine. So they can make an ooze. I guess I swords it right now. This limits how much mana they get off Guy's Cradle. They can make 2 oozes. But they don't get any bigger, they're just 2/2s. I think we're fine. The technical term for this is twoses. So he's gone. Oh, I guess I get 3s. That's fine. So I get the chance to uptick this Gideon, which I quite enjoy. Because I think I want to emblem... Embleming makes the Knights so much better against the oozes, but I want to keep him in play. So let's uptick. Play this Gideon. Uptick here. We attack with Gideon. I don't want to attack with a Golem because the first strike is pretty good. And I can keep back Seasoned Hollowblade on defense too. Yeah, this just sets me up to emblem. Whoa, they're chump blocking. I guess they're losing their oozes anyway, but that's pretty good for me. They do still have 4 cards in hand. What could they possibly have? They have essentially infinite mana, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana here. Craterhoof doesn't actually do it because I have Gideon Jura. Is this Ulamog? No! Ulamog killing Gideon, honestly, is still fine. I have Faith's Fetters, but the oozes don't have to attack now. Oh, they have Caracas Ulamog. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, we can do this. Emblem Gideon. Oh, wait. What if I uptick Gideon? Maybe they Caracas... No, because they could just Caracas after I Faith's Fetters. I played all the wrong exile spells. So we Emblem Gideon. Then we Faith's Fetters the Ulamog. They want to Caracas in response so I don't gain the life. Yeah, I guess I should have not emblemed Gideon right away. That was a bit bad. Then I guess we just swing out here. Because Ulamog is going to really destroy us over time. But I think I swing out, then I Honor of the Pure. If they don't kill Gideon, I get to do more things like that. They do have a bunch of foods though. I don't think I can do this. Caracas Ulamog infinite cast. Oh, but maybe they don't have enough mana if they lose a creature here. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They have just enough. They go to 5. I can't do anything. Alright. Well, the Ulamog kills my Gideon. They can't really attack me. And I guess, actually, I don't know if they can play Ulamog because they can block, and take 2 and go to 3. I was going to say, because they don't have the mana to also sacrifice foods. I guess here's where we draw Elspeth Conquers Death. The problem is they have Caracas still, so that doesn't even answer that. I was supposed to... I don't think it really mattered. Let's say, like, I Faith's Fetters... Ooh, Oko's a problem. They can kill my Gideon and potentially Gaia's Cradle because Oko can make a creature. I see what's happening here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... But they're tapped out of Caracas at least. So now Swords to Plowshares is a viable draw. Also, Elspeth Conquers Death is good. Oh, interesting. They just have both, I guess. That's fine. Goodbye, Gideon. I really regret my discarding a Mox Diamonds now, but I think that's okay. We played this. Any removal spell here would have done it, honestly. So... Kozilek kills me in 1 shot. If I swing out they can block, 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 and take 3. If this was a red source, I could actually finish them off with a Johnny. So, I don't know. It's hard to say if Mox Diamond would have won me the game here. But we'll play it conservatively because they don't know what's in my hand. And maybe they mess up next turn. They elk their food. I think they wanted to give me a food and steal, like, CMC, right? Oh, power. Okay. Actually, yeah, giving me food and stealing my Blade Splicer would still be okay. It gets rid of a blocker. Just attack there, so I do have to chump. Right, we get rid of Oblivion Ring, land, and I guess Honor of the Pure. I chump block with Seasoned Hollow Blade, give it indestructible. And they can bounce their Kozilek and replay it. That'd be so sick. Honestly, them decking's not impossible. Their deck's pretty sweet. I wish I had a way to wasteland the Gaia's Cradle, because I think if they didn't have Gaia's Cradle this game, there's no chance they would win this. Bribery me, I don't want them seeing my deck, so I'll just concede. Like, they're winning, for sure. Alright, so green creatures, I don't think I like Thalia in this matchup. I think I much prefer Wormcoil, it deals with a lot of things. And then, that's probably it. So my curve's a bit more expensive, but I have enough lands to cover it. Alright, we gotta clench the 2-1, right? Ooh, this hand's good. If I can draw lands. I did last game, but a little bit too slowly. This one has Mana Tithe to counter their, like, Draga Tree Speaker, which is gonna be good. I'm gonna be a little bit sad when I draw a Wormcoil instead of my Thalia. Ooh, they mulliganed. Okay. Okay. Less lands, most likely, making Mana Tithe better most of the time. I honestly don't care about Fast Bond, I don't think. I know it lets them, play things around Mana Tithe, but it's the card disadvantage that's really problematic. Like, this card, you know, next turn they're going to have 2 lands in play anyway. Wall of Blossoms is also fine. It does block, but I think that's fine. I'd rather save Mana Tithe for something bigger and scarier. Draw land. I'm not going to Honor of the Pure. I think I want to Mana Tithe something here. Like Oko. Channel. Oh, come on. Yeah, you got a channel. They just just barely accidentally played around Mana Tithe. As long as it's not big Emrakul though, I can Path to Exile the Kozilek. They do get to draw a bunch, but he does die. Play more lands. Please just... I guess Mana Tithe doesn't work with channel activation in play, so if they just cast Oko here, that's gonna be bad. They can like Oko Wall of Blossoms or something. Yeah, Oko Thief of Crowns. So Mana Tithe trades for a life, I guess? I don't like that. It's gonna have more value later. They can turn Wall of Blossoms into a food, I think. But they didn't see that line, so that's quite good. So we actually ended up, pretty good here. They get a land, but they have a bunch of lands. The only downside here is I don't get to hold a Path to, or Mana Tithe next turn, but I think they have enough mana where it's okay. Like, yes, I should have Mana Tithe the Wall of Blossoms in hindsight, but classic. Honestly, though, it's better than Thalia here. We get to get rid of Oko, which is very good. And hope they don't have too much and that we draw lands or spells. Anything but 4-drops. And they fetch to go down to 5, but I guess they have the food, so they do go back up to 8. No. Okay, well I drew my Wormcoil. I guess setting that in against Bribery is sketchy. What's the scariest creature they can grab now? Thalia's gone. I don't have any big flyers. Most of my big threats are Planeswalkers. Flicker Wisp, the Oblivion Ring, getting back Oko is maybe their best bet. Like, Flicker Wisp, Oblivion Ring, Oko your food, and then Oblivion Ring comes back and kills Oko, but you have a Flicker Wisp, maybe? Oh, that's much worse. Oh, that's so much worse. Alright, well, I don't even know if I could have trophied this one. This is just a lot of bad luck. Channel with 1 mana up, and then they hit my own thingy. And they have Noble Hierarch? Oh, okay. And I didn't draw land. Alright, well, I can still... I think I have 1 turn. If I draw a land this turn, I can face Fetters the Oko. And then I'll be in decent shape. Also, if I ever get a chance to snipe the Leonin Relic Water, that'd be pretty good. But yeah, that hurts. That was a good bribery target. Go ahead. So I'm going to take a lot of damage this turn. 6, 7, 8. If they turn their Wall of Blossoms into a food. I guess they just don't see that line. I'm okay with that. I think I would actually be dead had they turned their wall into a food earlier. Well, Mana Tithe is going to work here. Not as I would have hoped, but it at least does something. So now we need to draw untapped land, face fetters the Oko, gain some life, set up for Gideon Wormcoil, and then we have a shot. So everyone, untapped land, let's go. No, they have Guy's Cradle. Oh no. Okay, Steve is not scary, but we know their deck is full of Eldrazi and Sheldock. That was an insane 2 hits off of Krasis. We're just dead now. I don't think I'm ever beating this. They just sack the food immediately. Alright, deck land. Alright, I mean, that's a start, I guess. We get to eat Leon and Relic Warder, which then gets rid of Oblivion Ring, which then lets us eat Oko. The problem is, like, they could just play an Eldrazi now, and then that's quite bad. Get rid of this. Go ahead. Well, maybe it's not the worst, as long as it's not the Eldrazi that kills stuff. I didn't play around Ulamog my Oblivion Ring because I don't think I'm beating Ulamog, so we just gotta hope it's like a Kozilek if they have any in hand, but they'd probably have something really bad. Come on! Night of Autumn, they don't even have white sources! I haven't seen a... that's bad. Oh god, yeah, we're super dead. This is the nut draw from the opponent. These things happen though. It's, I guess, payback for me for getting so lucky in my other rounds. This is disgusting though. Like, both of my opponents in the last 2 rounds have used essentially all of their mana every single turn, almost without exception. And that's a lot when I'm talking like hard casting Night of Autumn, Woodfall Primus, and other stuff in the same turn. Really not much you can do to just counteract that. So our deck was good, just got very unlucky those last rounds. I also misplayed match 2. I want to point that out. I don't think I would have won anyway, but I did definitely play that weird. So overall, this deck, I think this deck is still excellent. I wouldn't change too much except not having to splash red. This was basically just a liability. I never got to cast it, which is why you want to go monocolored if possible. But I think this deck was excellent, just some bad luck. We're going to keep running it. See you guys soon.